You know, as much as I like to get up here and toot NetApp's horn about how amazing ONTAP and the other products and services in the portfolio are, there is one thing that doesn't get talked about enough. One thing that is truly the engine that pushes this massive ship through the water each and every day. Is it the cloud-led, data-driven portfolio? No. Is it our leadership in quadrants and radars? You want to know what it is? Partners. Now, there are a variety of partners around the world and across the entire ecosystem that NetApp participates in. For example, our technology and alliance partners that we engineer solutions with together and bring them to market together and help customers get over hurdles that they may not have been able to otherwise. But they aren't the only ones. Today we're going to focus on our VARs and services partners because we would not be where we are without all of you. So I hope you'll give me a few minutes to draw your attention to some highlights around some of the biggest opportunities for you in more than 20 years. You see, in the early 2000s, well, I was a contractor myself. And I did contract work through a variety of agencies, helping customers and companies modernize their infrastructure and applications with the advent of things like Active Directory, Windows 2000, Exchange and SQL 2000, and much, much more. And let's not forget what an absolute train wreck the post-Y2K era was. There was no such thing as Windows Update back then. You know who there was, though? I'll give you a second. Yep, you guessed it. VARs and partners. So ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that what was in front of you, staring you right in the face, was the biggest opportunity for services engagements in 20 years? Oh, and what if I also told you that there was this vendor that had an entire portfolio of products and services ready to go, that they were available on-prem and in the cloud, and that the biggest help that customers needed out there was based around services, initial configuration, data migration, and ongoing management. For the longest time, you've sold services alongside array sales with offerings like racking and stacking of a purchased system and perhaps some initial configurations. But our mutual customers, they're in a tough spot. They have to make tough decisions around esoteric things like skills gaps with staff when it comes to cloud computing. Do they retrain their entire staff to operate in the cloud, or do they turn over their staff to hire new cloud architects? Neither of those are easy things to accomplish, much less having to make the decision one way or another in the first place. Their on-prem staff may not understand how or even what's required in order to deploy instances in AWS or Google Cloud, or how to set up managed Active Directory services in Azure. These are just a few examples. Luckily, we've got you covered. Now, back at Insight 2022, we announced a new vision of the evolved cloud. It centers around the idea that hybrid multi-cloud was just an initial step in the journey, but it's time to take another step forward where the lines blur even further and workloads operate efficiently and seamlessly, whether they're on-prem or in the cloud. The good news is we unlock that for you with our suite of products. The even better news is that most of it likely centers around technology you're already familiar with. ONTAP. You see, we have several cloud storage options, all running ONTAP, available in each of the cloud providers. You could go the DIY route with Cloud Volumes ONTAP, or you could leverage one of the managed services like FSx ONTAP in AWS, Azure NetApp Files, or Cloud Volume Service in Google Cloud. At the end of the day, they are the same flex and snap tools that you've worked with for decades. And while each cloud provider carries its own level of nuance in configuration and compensation, at the root of it all is ONTAP. And we know that once you get the data configured, migrated, and operational, the heavy lift is over. And that's just the thing. That's where a lot of customers are hung up and need our help. A focus on data manageability across a variety of platforms and configurations. The Evolved Cloud also pulls on technology primitives driven by a couple of our newly announced universal control planes. Now, by this point, you've likely heard of BlueXP to service workloads in the cloud with things like data protection, file services, and monitoring. And on the flip side of that coin is the Cloud Ops platform, Spot, which provides a way to leverage reserved and spot compute instances in the cloud at immense cost savings. Also, while providing a level of operational automation and optimization with tools like InstaCluster for databases, low-code, no-code working environments, automated security risk management, and scaling capabilities for serverless and stateful workloads like with Ocean. It even works with Spark and native Python and Jupyter notebooks. Underneath all of this is a common set of NetApp services for things like billing, tenancy controls, and authentication that allows you to combine all of the above together into a single working unified platform. And before it comes up, yes, it is all built on top of APIs that you can take advantage of yourself without ever having to touch a GUI. To bring all of this home, I want to bring it back to where we started. Services. If we look at where we've been with enterprise IT, engagements mostly evolved around the selling and support of products such as our storage systems, and you could build services on top of that. But with the Evolved Cloud, this gets flipped on its head, and we're seeing a vast majority of this customer spend transition to managed services in a variety of cloud providers. That can also add some additional on-prem spend, driving a recurring revenue stream for your business, allowing you to leverage existing knowledge and skills around storage and ONTAP, plus your skills in the cloud providers. You can even drive additional ARR growth and overall spend by leveraging private offers, which helps the customer drive down pre-purchase commit, decreases the sales cycle, and gives you access to even more funding available from NetApp and the cloud providers. The opportunity with cloud is the change in business model, promoting ongoing and repeat engagements as customers land in the cloud and expand their footprints on-prem. It really becomes a cycle that we've outlined as assess, migrate, optimize, automate, reinvest, and then rinse repeat. This helps all of us stay up to date on what the customer is working on through activations, support, and renewals of any and all services, including the managed ones run by the cloud providers themselves. Now, for the upcoming fiscal year 24, we've announced a new program to address all of these challenges called NetApp PartnerSphere. It is an evolutionary step in the unified partner program that you know and love. This new cloud-focused and services-led program delivers a flexible path to advancement and growth for all partner sales motions. And by consolidating and simplifying multiple programs into one that includes all partner types, business models, and routes to market, this program enables partners to evolve their business in the cloud. In addition, it offers robust training and support to help our partners capture cloud market share and brings new validation, recognition, and rewards for partners' investments in competencies and services. And the accelerated growth structure allows partners to contribute transformational value to joint customers. For information on the upcoming PartnerSphere program, contact your partner management team to set up a workshop, and keep an eye on the Partner Hub and Field Portal for any updates. I know we're excited about it, and know you will be too. Thanks for taking the time to check out all of this new information around partnering with NetApp, and we'll see you all out there on the road. Take care.